time filming with my new GoPro, so we'll give it a go, see how it works. I have a microphone and it's really noisy today because there's lots of people out doing stuff because the weather's not too bad, so this will be a real test of how the microphone works as well. So today I am just continuing to clear. I'll show you. I've done a little bit and it's just a matter of working my way through this mess because like I've said before, once this section's cleared where all the rubbish and everything is, then the next part is pretty easy. So yeah, I'm going to attach the GoPro to my head with a strap and take you kind of along and see how that video looks. So this is more of a test of how I'm going to kind of do my videos for the year. So I haven't quite got the whole wear it on my head thing down, so I'm going to try and just attach this to something. Okay, so I have put horizon leveling on, so let's see if that actually works. So I had to move the GoPro because I was having to move these branches and it was kind of getting in the way. Again, I apologise for the horizon levelling on the other video. I won't be doing that again. It doesn't really work. But yeah, it's starting to get dark now, and I did work right the way through until it got dark, so I didn't do an update that day for the work that I'd done for that day. And in fact, for the following day I also lost all of my footage, so by the time I've got round to finishing this video and getting everything in, there'll be a bit of a gap between like the final sort of image that you see here and kind of the next step along from this video. That's a really convoluted way of saying there's going to be like a big jump between the amount of work done today and the amount of work done in the next video. Hi, so just a quick update since the last video. I've done a lot and I lost some video footage and didn't get time to video some of it, so yeah, it is quite a bit of a difference that you're about to see. Tonight I think I'm planning on just burning a load of stuff. Okay, I'll show you in a minute what there is to burn. So first off, here are some ranunculus that I got in the ground. They're looking a little worse for wear because the rats keep coming and trying to dig up the corms and eat them, and in fact I'll be surprised if some of them survive because they managed to get into the greenhouse and eat the corms. This was just my first early sowing. I had 2 full trays of a second sowing and the rats ate them all. They're gone. So this is it. These are my anemones and ranunculus for the year, which I'm actually devastated about. I might wait until the spring and buy some plants. And then, yeah, you can see that the landscape is looking very different now. Found these crates, and then if we look over here, very, very different. So I've cut down most of this here, so all of this wood that's stacked up here at the moment, that's all going to be wood chipped. So this is the stuff that I've salvaged for wood chipping. This is the stuff that's going to be burnt. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through that, but we'll see. We will see. I've made some makeshift steps. They're really dodgy steps, but it's just to help me get up and down at the moment. And finally we can see a bit of a bed. The only chemical I'm using on the flower farm, and it will only be a one-off use as well, is stump killer for the tree stumps. So they'll be cut down closer to the ground level, and then I'll put stump killer on them, and then yeah, I'm going to try and salvage as many of these bulbs. I don't know what they are. My guess is either crocuses or bluebells, one of the two. Sorry, I'm shaking a bit because it's really cold today. So I'm going to salvage some of those bulbs, and then once the rest of this bed is cleared, I just need to do this lovely section. I'm going to lay textile just over the whole of that, and then I'm on to this section, and that's mostly trees, a bit of rubbish, but I can see it getting easier and easier as I move down. Then this is obviously going to remain elevated. I'm not digging it down, nope, no way. And I've decided, yeah, so any growing space I'm just going to cover in textile, and then hopefully once I've got the trees cleared from here and here and this sort of section, I can see light at the end of the tunnel. I'll have a good bit done. This is a mix of stuff to be burnt. This is a mix of stuff to be burnt and rubbish. Some of it will be bagged up to go for the bin, some of it I'll burn in the burn barrel. And what I've realised is this is like, there's a patio under here. I discovered it when I was digging down this end, but as you can see up here, the soil level is higher. It's like the exact same issue I had with this bed, that there's a tile floor under it, and I couldn't dig down this end of it because it was too much. So I'm gonna have to do the same here. I actually wanted to utilise the patio, but wait for the wind to pass. Yeah, I actually wanted to use the patio, but I'm gonna have to just do the exact same here. I'm gonna have to build a bed around the patio area, and once all of the stuff that's on top of the soil is gone and I've cleared the soil, I can level it out the same way I did here. So there'll be another bed here that's about the exact same size as this bed. Yeah, then there'll be the space for the greenhouse, or I'm toying with the idea of putting compost bins there. I haven't quite decided yet. And maybe putting the greenhouse or a polytunnel at the back, but I'll have a think about that. Then there's the bed there that you can see part of, so that would be a bed. And I've decided I'm putting rose bushes and gladioli in that bed. This will be a growing space along with the bed that you can see through there that I've showed before, and that this whole area here will be for shrubs, trees, perennials, those kinds of things, and the shed. So I can't actually get to it. I've like covered all my paths. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna end up ruining everything. So I'll get a bit closer. The shed. I hate getting rid of things. Like, it took me forever to decide what I was doing with the cypress trees that I still can't believe I thought were juniper trees for like nearly a year. But yeah, the shed, because I like it. I like the style of the shed. I like the shape of the shed. I like the fact that it's really robust, even though it's falling to pieces. Those two things can coexist. But I have made a decision. I have another shed. It's a brand spanking new shed, so it's a bit smaller than this one. This one I've measured, and this is a 6x8 shed. My shed is a 6x6 shed. However, my shed is a bit taller, so you've got a bit more headroom. This one's quite a squat shed. So I'm getting rid of this. I will reuse the wood, so none of it will go to waste. I will reuse it all. I'm looking at probably I'll take most of it and I'll build photography sets for photographing my flowers and things on, and making workbenches and things like that. So the wood is not going to go to waste. It's decent wood, but that shed will no longer exist. It will have a brand spanking new 6x6 wooden shed on it. Yeah, so I'll have one workshop space, but I think that will be enough. I mean, this is why I'm going to use the wood from the old shed to build photography sets, etc. Is that in the summer I can photograph outside. I prefer to photograph outside in natural light, so I can, I don't really need a workspace for that. And then I can also use some of the wood to make some little tabletop sets, so that in the winter and when it's raining, I've got my photography studio, which won't be in my wooden work shed, and I can, you may as well see me, and I can photograph in that. I can photograph in my shed where I've got a photography set up already in the winter and on the cold days and rainy days, and in the summer I'll photograph outside, and that will be really nice. So yeah, some big decisions made and a good bit of progress. It kills my back. I do have to have breaks in between the days where I'm clearing ground, because I can't even tell you how much these things weigh, and I'm literally lifting out loads of them every single time I'm digging them. I'm literally like this here, that's a whole bit of wall, and this here that I'm trying to dig out at the moment, it's like a solid bit of granite with wall cemented to it, and I fitted this fence, and I did most of the lifting myself, but I had to have help lifting the gravel boards round from the front of my house to here to where I put them in, and they were heavy. They were really heavy, and I just about managed to do them. The granite, and I've come across a few of them, the granite with the bricks stuck to it, it's even heavier, and this time I don't have any help to lift it, so I am digging it out and lift it myself. And yeah, after like a day of doing that, my back is like seized. Like I'm in the house and I can't even stand up straight. It's that bad. My back is just like gone completely, so I have to have a few days where I'm doing something else that isn't heavy lifting. So doing something like working on the burn barrel tonight is a nice sort of like kind of calm, relaxing job compared to other jobs. You know, just get the fire going and then just start feeding wood and bits and bobs into it, not plastic, just yeah, like brambles and things like that. So yeah, I will get some more footage the next time, which I'm hoping is this weekend. I'm hoping to get the last final push of clearing that bed out and kind of the section, clearing that bed out and the section kind of next to the bed, because then the next step is going to be getting my electric saw out and taking down all of the trees in this section and cutting up the cypress trees that I cut down, so that I can finally be like, okay, now I'm at the shed. Up until the shed is cleared, I'm hoping my textile that I ordered will be here as well, so maybe this weekend I can get textile down as well. I've got loads of pegs that I got as Christmas presents, like ground pegs, not clothes pegs, for holding the textile down. So I'm hoping that these next couple of weeks it's really gonna like take on a life of its own. It's gonna look really different. You're still gonna have all the rubbish at the front, that will be like that for a little while, I reckon, but there will be a good section of it cleared, and then yeah, and then I can really see things come to light, and maybe even get some of my early annuals and things in the ground at the front. Even though I wanted to keep this for perennials this year, it's like, let's just get it in. I can work on where things are going to go next year. So yeah, so that's it for now, and I will be back with some more videos where you can watch really sped up clips of me taking a long time to clear some soil. Okay. So it's the next day. You can see a bit more in the daylight now rather than at night. So yeah, this is the section that's kind of cleared. It comes on, yeah, I'll start down here. So this piece of textile is going to be planted into the brick as the path. As you can see, I hadn't really come to a decision about the yucca, and people will probably be crying or screaming at what I've done, but I've snipped off all the ends, because at the end of the day, if I couldn't get it into a state where I could like work around it, I was just going to chop it down anyway. So I thought, at least like this, it's still alive. And I haven't got the risk of falling into it. We'll see how I get on with that. So if I come up my path, this will probably be a continuation of the path, and then this is the rounded bit. This bit actually up the top here gets the most sun, so I'm thinking of cutting out a section and putting my irises there. We'll see, I might put them somewhere else. This bed is nearly done now, and I was going to put roses and gladioli in here, but I think I'll just put my roses in here when it's finally cleared. And then this section of this bed, which is basically from the honeywort to the end, there's nothing in there, so I'm going to put gladioli in here. I might have some left after that, so we'll see. I might put some in here as well. I'll figure that one out. So please ignore the fact that I got my jumper round the wrong way and inside out. It's one of those days. I haven't done any sort of videos showing me working just because it's kind of been full on, and I've just like completely forgot to bring the GoPro out with me and everything. So this one's just another update of where I currently am, which is here. And you can see it's a very different view. Woohoo! Finally! 1 second. It's a bit humid, so I have to wipe the camera there. Yeah, I'm in an entirely different section to what most of the other videos have been in. Now I can give you an entirely new view of the flower farm. Oh, you don't know like how happy this has made me, the fact that I've managed to get this far. I'll come up to the usual spots and you can see how drastic of a change. There we go. So just to talk you through some things, this pile here, that's all wood that can be wood chipped. There's a pile slightly behind it, that's bits that cannot be wood chipped. They're too big for my wood chipper. Obviously I've been cutting down the cypress trees into more manageable pieces. I don't know what I'm doing with all of that yet. It was kind of like I was looking at it and thinking, oh, I could probably chip that, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have like 10,000 cypress needles in amongst it all, and I don't even know if that's because it can be toxic. I don't even know if I want that on the path because I have dogs. So yeah, that's one of those. That's a conundrum for another day, because my goal was always to clear up to the shed first. So as long as I pass the shed, like I said, that's a conundrum for another day. Here we have this section. This bed is almost cleared and ready. I mean, it is right next to the rubbish pile at the moment, but you know what? I am taking this as a win. So what I'm going to do with this next is I've still got a bit of rubbish and things to clear. That, bless it, is a little yucca that has obviously come all the way from the main one and started to grow there. And I'm just going to rip it up because I have decided I do not want any yuccas in my life, but I'll keep the big one cut back, but any small ones, they're gonna go. So yeah, I've got some rubbish there to clear. All of these like tree stumps, I'm going to get the electric saw out. They're all going to be cut as far down to the ground as possible, and then I'm just putting textile right across that. Well, obviously I'll level it all out, condition it all, then I'll put textile across the whole thing. And these trees at the back, they'll all go, those will go. Yeah, textile across it. And that is going to be for my roses. I was going to put roses and other things, but then I looked and I was like, actually, I think I currently have alive about, I want to say 8 or 10 rose bushes. and I think they'll probably just about fit in there, because you think about it, I've got, you know, the rose bushes have got to grow, but then I also need space to get in between the roses and cut them. So yeah, I might at a later date like put in some holes and like chuck in some annual stuff. Like it might be a good place to put in some basil and things like that, but who knows. But yeah, roses, that is the rose bed. I think now that I've like cleared a load of stuff, and once that's all gone and that's all gone, obviously it should actually get not a bad bit of sun throughout the day. We come down here, my wobbly makeshift steps at the moment, which I'll definitely go in. They're not staying. So this here, I don't like the look of it, but this I can't move. This I can't move. It's too heavy. Like I've moved some of them, and this one is just, it's the granite is like thicker than the rest, and there's too many bricks attached to it, so it is where it is. It's not ideal, but you know what, I'm gonna run with it. Here is a pile, oh no, that's not rubbish, that's my watering can. Here is a pile of rubbish. Old windows. Now I originally thought there was a cold frame that ran the length of this wall, but there isn't. What it is past there is just a random raised bed in the middle of the plot, which at a later date that's going to become a chrysanthemum bed. So actually this is nothing, this is just ground. And then then there's another raised bed underneath all this cypress that runs alongside the shed. Look there actually you can kind of see in there the start of it, so that's where it starts, and it's just like a long, narrow, rectangular long bed. So it's, this section is open ground. There's a bed here, obviously. Again, I'm just going to textile that, and I'm going to have perennials and shrubs in there. I haven't decided what I'm going to have here. I'm going to have to cut down these trees, clear all this. Yeah, so losing track of what I'm talking about. These windows. So I originally thought there was a cold frame. It turns out there isn't. It's I think there's like a part on my house, it's like the outline of a building on one of the walls, and I keep finding like these bits of felted roof like joist things. So I think that there has been some sort of like conservatory type potting shed type thing, and that's where all the glass that I'm finding across the plot and where these windows come from. I think it's been like a long narrow building that has been made out of like windows and doors, well, glass basically, with a felted roof, and that's been removed, and that's what's been dumped here. There's all sorts of other rubbish here as well. And then we come across, and we're at the shed. Yep, and that is where I'm at this point. There's still a little bit to do today. I want to try and see this section here. I've just kind of exposed that. I've just moved the branches away from there, so that kind of section I want to get cleared, and do something with that where the makeshift steps are. Try and level that out, kind of thing. And then I think that's it for today, and I'm back at it tomorrow. So my goal has always been the end of February to get to the shed. That's always been the main goal. Get like clear up to the shed, get to the shed, and then that's dropping my gloves. That's the next big project type thing is the shed. Like I said, I've been hooing and hawing about what to do. I'm gonna sit down. with the shed, and yeah, I've decided to dismantle it and put a new shed in its place. And I look at it, and every time I see it, I actually feel a little bit more sad at my decision, but I think it's the right one. Like when you look inside, now that things have all died back for the winter, you can just see how many holes there are, and it would just, by the time I buy wood and everything and patch it up, I don't think this space is worth it. So yeah, no, I'm not changing my mind. Not again. This is it. This is the decision. I'll do, so once I've finished this section, got it all ready for planting, probably planted some bits in, and I get to the shed, I'll do a video on the shed clear out and dismantle. I don't think it will take very long. I mean, the unfortunate thing I've noticed when I've looked at it is it's all nailed together. I mean, this is an old shed, a really old shed, so it's not like I can just like screw it apart. So it might literally be a case of me taking a hammer to it. I know, which is sad, but I am going to use the wood. I'm going to reclaim the wood and use it for other projects. I've also got a bargain, which I will do a video on. I haven't got it here to show you in this video, but I got a gorgeous wooden rose arbor, like an archway. I got it from B&M's, and because it was ex display, it should have been £125, and I got it for £30, which is like more than a bargain. And that is going to go here, so in front of my new shed. So once I've got the new shed in place, it's going to be textile and everything, like I said, so it will be textile all across here. And then I'll have my rose arch. I might grow roses up it, I might grow clematis up it. I've got some clematis, so I might, it just depends. I'll grow some sort of climbers up it. And then I've got some gravel and slate, so I want to do like a little sort of gravel slate pathway from this bed to the front of the shed. Or maybe I'll do it from the path to the shed. Oh, I don't know. Lots of different options, but I'll do a path under the rose arch, go into the new shed. And yeah, that should be nice. That should be a nice little place for me to go and work on things, on bouquets and bits and bobs and all of that. Yeah, so I don't think I've got anything else really to show. Or maybe we should look up the back. So I haven't actually been up this way for a little while. Ignore all of this. Oh look! Don't ignore the little crocuses though. How cute. But yeah, this is basically, it's an old photography set that I don't use, and I have set it up to use it as portable nets. Like portable bird netting. I had it on my vegetable beds, but there were I'm trying to think now. Yeah, bugs. That's it. There were bugs getting through, so I've switched out the netting on my vegetable beds for Enviromesh, the insect netting. So I'm going to utilise this. It just looks like a pile of junk just now, but trust me, it works well as portable nets. All the lovely anthills are back, so that'll be fun when I get to here. So yeah, this is this back bit that I was talking about. And even though I've always been saying, oh, this will be really easy when I get to it. I didn't realise until it's all started to die down, exactly how much wood there is. I mean, there's just branches everywhere. Look, and everything's so uneven. Oh, I've got a feeling this might be more difficult this bit than I originally planned. Oh look, I can probably make my way across carefully and show you the raised bed. Oh my gosh, literally killed my brambles. Oh look, oh, can you see him? There's a baby fox. Oh my gosh, look, look, look. There he is. Hello. Oh, bless. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I caught that on camera. Oh, bless him. He's obviously been staying here. Oh. No, I feel bad I disturbed him. Yeah. Here is the raised bed. Oh, I'm zoomed right in. I'm standing on it. This is one part of the wall and it stretches. Yeah, so I think it is just one. Yeah, no, it has been a cold frame. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to stop guessing because honestly, making myself look like a fool now. All this guessing. But yeah, it stretches all the way down. You can see that's what made me think it was a cold frame. There's been a wooden top that goes all the way along here. So yeah, it probably has. This has probably been one big long cold frame that starts from the shed and goes all the way along. I can see bits now here where the bricks are gone, so there's obviously bits of the wall that have come down. I'll probably have to, if I want to use it as a raised bed the way that I'm thinking, I'll probably have to fill that in, and also I'll have to split it. I'll probably have to build sectional walls because this is too big for all of my. Oh no, do you know what? I had the best idea because I was wondering, what do I do with my dahlias, because I hate lifting my dahlias. And then the year before last, I overwintered some on my allotment and they were like really close to the surface and I didn't do anything. I didn't mulch them. I forgot about them and I was like, well, they're dead. I mean, I know we had a really mild winter, but still it did get quite cold. And I was convinced that was it, that I'd lost them, and they came back with an absolute vengeance. So I was like, so I know, I mean, I've lifted them this year, but just because I know that I'm moving them, so there's no point leaving them in the ground. But I know, I am pretty convinced that I can overwinter my dahlias here, just with the right amount of cover. And this was my plan for the chrysanthemums, to put them basically in this cold, like oversized cold frame, and just have it rigged up that in the winter I can cut them down, mulch them, and either put plastic or glass, probably plastic, over the top. And that should, because that's what I did the year before last. I lifted them this year because they're coming around to the flower farm, but the year before last I literally just covered them in a bit of fleece and plastic and they survived. So I could do the same. I could use this whole bed, which is huge, and this could literally just be for my chrysanthemums and my dahlias. I can fix it up, make sure the walls are intact, fill it for my chrysanthemums and dahlias, and that gives me plenty of space and scope to expand my collection. And then what I'll do is I'll just each winter I'll mulch and cover them in the bed, and then come spring lift it off. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I'm like sold on my own idea. I'm so happy. Perfect. Now I have to get down. So yeah, try and navigate my way back. There's some brambles and a few nettles and weeds coming through, but overall It's killed off a good bit back here, but you can see like how uneven it is. There are actually quite a lot of dips. Yep, 3 down dips. So this whole plot is 31 meters. So long, that's the length. 31 meters by, I think it's 8.5 meters wide. So actually, like when you're stood here, right at the back, you can actually feel like, rather than the front bit, I think that's because there's the fence that's open, so it kind of opens up. When you're back here, you kind of feel how enclosed it is, like how narrow it is. You feel that it's only 8.5 meters when you're back here, but it is a good long length. It's 31 meters in length, and I'd say probably from the cypress trees to the back here, that's maybe 20 meters. So you've got the raised bed about there, so I'd say maybe there's a section where I can just roll textile down. That's probably about, I want to say 5 meters by 20 meters, and that will just be straight beds. Then you come along and there's a section from where the raised bed is to here, and that's probably, again, roughly, I want to say, so if I said 5 meters, no, that's maybe 4 meters, half a meter there. So yeah, maybe a section of 4 meters by probably 10 meters, I'd say. So what I was thinking was having 2 1.5 meter beds, so 2 20 meters by 1.5 meter beds, and 2 10 meters by 1.5 meter beds, and this will literally just be for annuals. That's what I'm going to do back here. I'm just going to literally chuck a load of annuals in, and I think I might just, this is the thing, there's so much wood, there's so many branches. Some of it is stuff that I cut down last year, so some of it can be wood chipped, and I'm going to have to cut down all of these cypress trees and these, so all of that can be wood chipped. That's fine, but I begrudge like all the old stuff, like you can see down here. That's layers and layers and layers of old cut down branches, and the fact is they will eventually over time rot down. So part of me does feel almost like I want to kind of just cover the branches up, which I just cover the whole thing in textile and cut out beds and use compost and things to like level the beds out. But yeah, I'm gonna leave over here and get on with the last few bits while there is still daylight. I'll put this video together soon with all the little clips and things and everything, and then obviously start a new update video, because otherwise I'll end up with a video that's like an hour long of just me rambling and showing ever so slight changes to the plot. So yeah, this video I will upload soon, and then I have one that I mentioned, something to do with dahlias. That one will be coming soon. Just trying to get the time to get it all together and everything, but yeah, it's getting there. We are nearly there. Oh, one last thing, my gladioli in. So my glads are in this section here. It's actually about half the size that I had them in round the allotment, but I noticed that when I had them in the allotment that I was looking, I was like, I can definitely plant them closer together. Like, I've planted them really close together. There was a lot of space in between them, and with there being loads of space, they flopped and they blew over. So I'm giving it a go this year. They might not even flower this year because I lifted them, and I've only just got them in, so we'll see. But I'm hoping that they will kind of, because they're so tightly grown together, they'll grow up and support each other, and I won't have to worry about them flopping, and I won't have to stake them or anything. I do want more glads, but I'll probably have to put them somewhere else, probably somewhere here or something. But yeah, anyway, I am definitely going now. So I lost my last bit of video, and I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, and that's that.